Hi, this is Jason Fielder with the Daily Forex Report for July 28th. We're looking at the US-Japanese yen pair. This pair closed down today. It did move higher, pushed higher than the previous three sessions, but still closed lower. I'm looking for this next session to be between 108.39 and 107. And if we do push higher above this high, I'm looking for us to hit resistance pretty much at the same level if it does move higher. Now, if it moves lower, I'm looking for some support to come into the market at around the 106.40 area. So if we have, if the market pushes lower, we could see some support come into the market at this point. So I'm not sure which direction this is going to go, but for now, you know, the market's pretty much moving sideways. I think there's a little bit of a bias to the upside, but we'll just have to see. Now, looking over at the Euro USD, this pair ran into previous support, and at that point went ahead and reversed. It closed up today. If you notice, we had a low here, then a higher low, and today's session closed with a higher low as well. So this pair could be moving higher in the next session or two. If that does occur, we should see some resistance come into the market at about the 158.30 area, and if we break through that, we could see it go to the 159.20 area. So just keep an eye on that. That is about here and about here. So that's what I'm looking for as far as resistance. Now, the range for today, I'm looking for it to be as high as 158.05, and on the low side, 156.45. Now, if the market does decide to come on back, pull back down, looking for it to hit some support right here at the 156 area. So look for some support there. Now, looking over at the pound US dollar, this didn't give us the it didn't create the setup, or we had the setup for it to push lower potentially with this this bar that dropped down, this down bar. We have a low that was made. We had an inside bar that was created, and I was looking for it to open and then come on down past that and push down to some support and drop down to a lower time frame and go ahead and take that profit. But that didn't occur. The market actually pushed higher. It did create another inside day, which is quite interesting. If you want to play the breakout of that, look for a breakout to occur. I would look for something below this line and potentially above this line. Now, I am looking for the range to be between 2.0002 and on the low side 197.94. Now, if we break through this point, look for some resistance to come into the market at about 200.35. And on the downside, if the market does continue down and break through this, look for some resistance or some support to come into the market a little bit lower than this at 197.62 area. So this is looking for support. This market, I don't know if it will push higher. It appears to be doing so. It'll probably run into some resistance at around the 2.000 area and then pull back and continue lower at that point. But we will just have to see. Now, looking over at the Swiss, this pair also formed an inside bar today. It closing down for the session. I'm looking for a range to be between 104.22 and on the low side 102.90. This pair, I believe, is just moving sideways. It does have a negative bias at this point. If we do somehow get through the 1.0400 level, look for some resistance to come into the market at 104.50 area. But we have to, which is at this point. But we've had some trouble getting past the the 400 level several times, and we've hit that, and it's just pulled back at that point. So a break above it, we should see it continue on higher. To the downside, I'm looking for, if it breaks this low, I'm looking for it to push lower to the 102.24 area. So if it breaks that low, Friday's low, look for it to go to this level before we hit some support. Now, looking at what's occurring as far as news announcements, the Swiss have their UBS consumer or consumption indicator for June being released tomorrow at 4 a.m. There's really no consensus on what that'll be yet. The U.S. has their consumer confidence for July, and it's being released at 10 a.m. And the consensus is that the consumer confidence has dropped from 50.4 to 50. This typically moves the market a little bit, not a whole lot, not enough to, you definitely pay attention to it and take a look at it, but I don't know if it'll provide enough movement for a trading opportunity. So this is Jason Fielder. Until tomorrow, good trading.